Tonight on the news at 6, driving presents many uncertainties. How one course is teaching teens to handle the dangers on the road. And the state releases their grades of every local school and district here in Alabama where your child's school stands. Then one brave teenager flips the switch on Glow Wild for the holiday season.
Plus, we have a freeze warning for some, a frost advisory for the rest, another cold night in store for us, and not much rain to talk about until Thanksgiving. That's when things could change. We'll take a look at your holiday forecast, much more, all coming up.
Live, streaming, and on the ABC 3340 app. This is ABC 3340 News Weekend.
Good evening, I'm Megan Scarano. It's every parent's hope that when their child hits the road, they make it home safely. This weekend, a national program made its first appearance in Birmingham to help young drivers learn to do just that. ABC 3340's Olivia Goche has the story.
This course was definitely very helpful for me. I learned a lot. The instructors were amazing.
I learned to keep them safe and myself safe in that, so that was a really big takeaway for me.
The roadways are always uncertain, and for unexperienced drivers, how you respond in a crisis can be the difference between life and death.
It definitely makes me feel a lot more comfortable, just to know that a lot of the things that he got taught out here today, he normally wouldn't get the opportunity to experience that unless it was in the case of an emergency, and that's too late.
That was the tragic reality for Brakes founder and drag racer Doug Herbert. In 2008, he lost his two sons, John and James, in a car crash.
And this is his way to give back to the community. Mr. Barber loves Birmingham, loves Alabama, and so do I. So getting together with Mr. Barber, he donated his facility for us to be able to teach over 100 students this weekend about proactive driving and making sure when they drive a car, they come home and they smile and they're with their parents.
Steve Johnson is a Birmingham resident and close family friend of Doug Herbert. Johnson says their mission is to make a difference by giving students the tools to make smart and safe decisions, prevent injuries, and save lives. It is not a driver's ed course, but a free, hands-on advanced driver training program taught by professional instructors. Saturday morning, I even learned a thing or two.
Fix it. Stare at it. See, you got to turn into the skid.
Simulations range from impaired driving simulation to managing a quick brake and how to control a car should it skid. Studies have found that students who participate in the course are 64% less likely to be in a car crash up to 3 years after completing training.
So far, the program has trained over 150,000 teens and parents and counting. In Leeds, Olivia Goche, ABC 3340 News.
And Barber Motorsports Park will host 2 courses tomorrow. For more information on how to register, you can go to our website, abc3340.com. Well, here is a live look at the Red Mountain Expressway tonight. Traffic is moving pretty smoothly ahead of the Thanksgiving travel week. And here's some good news from the state of Alabama. AlDOT says there will be no temporary lane closures November 27th through December 1st. The department says this is to accommodate higher than expected traffic volumes. Well, it was a chilly Saturday with temperatures in 50s for some of us. Meteorologist Riley Blackwell joins us now. Riley, with the sun setting already tonight, it's only going to get colder.
Yeah, once again, temperatures expected to continue to fall. And for some of the area, we do have a freeze warning stretching from as far northwest as Marion to as far southeast as Randolph County. This will be until tomorrow. But the counties that are not in that freeze warning are under a frost advisory for tomorrow, once again through 8 a.m. So frost or freeze certainly possible before the sun begins to rise, and we're likely going to have a fairly warm day for our Sunday. But in terms of recorded highs today, we were once again below average. 55 Birmingham, Alabaster, 50 up in Coleman, 60 Oneonta, 55 Jasper, 53 Haleyville, 56 Tuscaloosa, and we saw 63 down in Utah. But temperatures will continue to fall overnight tonight. A lot of us, once again, as we saw earlier, are likely going to be down in the 30s. But we're not talking about rain chances for a few days, but on Thanksgiving, that could all change. That in full 7-day, all coming up.
Well, and due to the colder temperatures, a warming station is open tonight in Jasper. The station opened at 6 o'clock at the Percy Good Community Center. If you or someone you know needs a warm place to stay, you can head to the community center on Euclid Avenue. The Birmingham Police Department is looking for a runaway teenager. 16-year-old Jayla Prince was last seen in Center Point. She is between 5'4" and 5'6". Police believe she ran away. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Birmingham Police Department. The Birmingham Police Department also needs your help in identifying an armed robbery suspect. The robbery happened on November 19th at Nail's Convenience Store in the 3400 block of 6th Avenue South. These surveillance photos show the suspect holding the clerk at gunpoint. If you recognize this individual or have any information, you are asked to contact Crime Stoppers. A tip leading to an arrest is eligible for a $5,000 reward. The Hoover Police Department also needs your help in identifying 2 suspects in an organized felony shoplifting case. Police say these 2 people are wanted for questioning after more than $7,500 of merchandise was stolen from an area business. Anyone with any information is asked to call the Hoover Police Department. Birmingham's Hush Lounge will close its doors for good. No reason was given by the owner, but this comes just 2 months after the mass shooting that happened outside of the club in 5 Points South. We spoke with the owner of Alchemy, Ace Graham, who lives in 5 Points in addition to doing business there. Graham believes people are getting back to normal everyday life. He says for him, business has never slowed down, but adds it's unfortunate when a small business closes its doors.
I'm never surprised to hear that a business is closing because it's a very, very tough time in our society and in our community, in the economy. I think that running a small business is extremely difficult, and you never know what a situation may be for someone and what could tip the scale for them to end up having to close their business or be super successful in business as well.
Hush Lounge closes on December 1st. State Representative Wandalyn Gavan announced a pre-filed bill to up the penalties for illegal gun possession. The pre-filed bill would add heavy penalties for felons or people living with drug addiction and possession of firearms. Gavan's pre-filed bill mirrors federal law for the city of Birmingham, outlawing the sale or possession of stolen firearms and ammo. Violation would be a Class B felony, which is punishable up to 20 years in prison. Despite trash collection issues across Jefferson County this year, the County Commission approved another contract with AmWaste. AmWaste was the lowest and only bidder. Jefferson County Manager Cal Marquette says they've made changes this time around to hopefully avoid those past issues. These changes include fines for missed pickups that increase over time. The county is requiring garbage trucks to have a GPS tracking system to quickly correct missed houses along the routes.
I'd say the biggest problem was missed garbages, and the next biggest problem was kind of the cost. To work on improving the missed garbage, we required everyone that bid on our contract to have GPS mapping system in each garbage truck.
The cost for garbage collection will be going down by roughly $3 a month per customer, and this contract will go into effect in April. Tuscaloosa City Council members decide to keep and update the pedestrian bridge off of Veterans Memorial Highway. It will cost about $1.4 million to add new fencing, extra safety features, and apply a new coat of fresh paint to the 60-year-old bridge. Earlier this year, the council announced plans to demolish the bridge.
That's one of the things you shouldn't take away. And I never did trust the numbers that showed that it just wasn't being used at all, hardly. And I think since so much attention has been brought to it, we're now seeing it used more.
Tyner says they want to start construction in the next 6 months. A major facelift is on the way for Nakalula Falls Campground. The park is a big draw for visitors. The project is about 60 days behind the initial completion date. The campground should be open in February or mid-March. The $15 million upgrades include new campsites, a new office building, pool, and paved parking lot.
Right now, they're looking at putting in the landscape, which you know as well as I do that that's usually the last thing that comes through. So working on landscaping, different things like that. So hopefully we're only going to be about 60 days in delay, which is pretty good for a project this size.
The money made from the annual Christmas at the Falls event helps pay for projects at the park. The park's Christmas at the Falls event opened on Friday, a week earlier than usual. State report card scores were released Friday by the Alabama State Department of Education. In Jefferson County, Bessemer City Schools improved to a 69, and Jefferson County Schools scored an 82. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson takes a deeper look into these scores.
The Alabama Department of Education released report cards for the 2023-24 school year. Out of the schools in Central Alabama, Jefferson County and Bessemer City Schools invited the media for celebrations and a review of their results. Bessemer City Schools focused on celebrating the improvements at Abrams Elementary School, jumping 7 points from last year to score an 81 on their report card. Just 4 years ago, the elementary school held an F rating. Principal Mildred Posey told us how they made the improvements.
We are going to look at standards. We are going to teach diligently. We are going to learn, and then we are going to show everyone else what we have learned.
Jefferson County Schools saw a 1-point improvement district-wide. Still, over half of Jefferson County schools received a C or D, with only 11% of Jefferson County schools receiving an A. Superintendent Walter Gonslin said the schools are already at work to get their scores up.
I'm also more committed than ever to continuing what we have started here, and I look forward to continuing to build on the momentum that we have going.
He said the district currently has 8 priority schools, which indicates the schools scored a D or F.
That was Gracie Johnson reporting, and you can find more state report card score information on our website, abc3340.com. Lucy Walters is this week's Alabama champion. She has been a respiratory therapist for decades. She works for an air rescue transport operation and saves lives on a daily basis. But in the last few months, she was in the right place at the right time to save the life of a gunshot victim in Birmingham.
I was in Birmingham for a week's tour there. I was actually down eating dinner in the hotel we were staying in and heard a bunch of commotion, and somebody had said that there was a person outside that had been hurt. So I went out to check on them and rendered service and kept him alive until the ambulance got there.
Her quick thinking saved the victim's life. Now she is getting a National Star of Life award for saving their life. The Respect organization gave away 500 turkeys today. People were lined up and down the street from the Family Life Center in Birmingham. Steve Green, the pastor of More Than Conquerors Faith Church, says the holiday season is all about spreading positivity.
I think it's vitally important that the whole community know that people really at the end of the day don't care how much we know. They really want to know how much we care. And this is our way of showing, along with many other organizations and churches around the city, that Birmingham knows how to take care of its own.
Respect stands for respect every person ever created today. In addition to giving out the turkeys, they also provided food boxes with meat, vegetables, and other essentials needed for a great holiday meal. There was also a Thanksgiving turkey drive in Gordo. There was kids entertainment, free kids haircuts and wellness checks, as well as a live DJ and food trucks. A free television was also given away to one lucky person in attendance. The Christ Kindle Market is open in Coleman. Two of our producers, Jenna Winkleman and Maya Clinton, are there enjoying the festivities now. There's food, music, local vendors, rides, and more. The Christmas market goes through December 23rd at the Depot Park in Coleman. The Birmingham Police Department is collecting winter coats to give away. The department is accepting donations now through December 20th. Most needed are girls and boys coats from sizes 5T through XXL for ages 5 to 17. You can drop off the jackets at the Birmingham Police Department headquarters or any of the police precincts throughout the city. Another winter coat drive is happening in Bessemer now through December 3rd. Preferred sizes are 5T to XL for kids in kindergarten to age 6th grade. Coats can be dropped off at the Bessemer Police Department headquarters on 9th Avenue. The jackets will be handed out December 20th through the 25th. A dedication ceremony for Terry and Nick Saban's Habitat for Humanity Legacy Homes will happen on Tuesday. The event will dedicate the woman-built and Coach Saban homes before their move-in. The dedication ceremony will happen at 10 a.m. at the addresses in the 4200 block of Milestone Circle in Tuscaloosa. The two new homeowners are scheduled to move in before Christmas into their fully furnished homes. 3, 2, 1. Well, Friday night was the first night of Glow Wild at the Birmingham Zoo. The annual event features larger-than-life lantern displays throughout the zoo, and beloved Lulu Gribben, a Mountain Brook teenager who survived a shark attack this summer, was there with her family, and she got the chance to flip the switch and kick off the event.
We are delighted. Glow Wild is finally open. Lulu Gribbons, along with her family, were here, and she flipped the switch and actually started Glow Wild for the season. So the holiday season is officially here, and we're delighted that she and her family are out here at the Birmingham Zoo.
Glow Wild runs through January 20th. And Gribben recently had the chance to meet the medical staff that saved her life. She got to meet the emergency first responders at Ascension Sacred Heart and Okaloosa Med Flight. Lulu also got to take the flight with the team.
Well, remember, we do have a freeze warning and frost advisories really across the entire state, but temperatures are expected to warm up over the next several days as we get closer to Thanksgiving. But looking at our lows for tonight, the further north you go, remember that's where that frost or that freeze warning is, but the further south you go, that's where that frost advisory is in place. So anywhere you're at, it's going to be cold, but some places it's going to be a little bit colder than others. But in terms of our temperatures for the next several days, definitely above average Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right on through Thanksgiving. But on Monday and Tuesday, especially on Tuesday, we could see some showers. And by the time we get to Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we could potentially have some thunderstorms before a big time cool down after that secondary system pushes its way through. And even over the next 8 to 14 days, so 2 weeks out, once again, we are expecting well below average temperatures across the eastern portion of the state. So all of those coat drives coming in at a perfect time because temperatures expected to stay on the cooler side. But here's what we're looking at. Tuesday morning, this first cold front's coming from our north and west. We could see some spotty showers in the morning time. I don't think Tuesday will be quite as widespread, although a few showers will certainly be possible. This cold front not really going to do too much for our temperatures. But then once we get towards Wednesday, a very dynamic system is going to start taking shape out to our west. A low pressure system, a shortwave trough, and that shortwave is going to continue migrating to the east. Now, on early Thursday morning, it's going to start bringing some showers. But as we get warmth, humidity, and a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere, that low pressure is likely going to sag to our north and east a little bit, and rain and thunderstorms are going to be sagging further down to our south. But right now, in terms of the severe threat, there's a couple of scenarios. If this low stays off to our north, it's probably just going to be a very messy Thanksgiving. But if this low sets up further out to our west, we could see the potential for strong to even severe thunderstorms. But still, just know we are likely going to have showers and thunderstorms sometime Thursday night. But in terms of the severity right now, that's still the big question. But very beneficial rain is still expected anywhere from about a ½ inch further south all the way up to 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. The further north you go, a little bit closer to that low pressure. Very beneficial rain. Looking ahead to Thanksgiving, though, we are expecting showers in the morning, midday, and afternoon hours. Temperatures falling throughout the day as rain and that cold front pushes through. And this Saturday, or next Saturday, we have the Iron Bowl. We're expecting maybe some passing clouds. We're not really worried about the chance of rain in Tuscaloosa. Kickoff at 2:30. Middle 50s, going to be dropping into the upper 40s likely by the end of that game. Overnight tonight, about 32 to 37, clear and cold, and a frost or freeze is likely. Rain on Tuesday, strong to severe storms on Thursday. Then once again, a big-time cool down by the weekend.
Well, to keep up with the holiday and the severe weather, you can scan the QR code right here on your screen to get access to the ABC 3340 weather app. The app gives you access to live radar, James's weather blog, and the 7-day forecast. Well, stay with us tonight at 10 on your TVs for our end of game wrap. Jess Spiegel, Jamie Hale, and Johnny Congdon will have highlights from the biggest games of the day, including Auburn versus Texas A&M and Alabama at Oklahoma. Well, that's all the time for our news at 6. Have a great evening.